Last updated 1752, May 24, 2018. Jade Barton pleaded not guilty to charges relating to the robbery and wounding of a taxi driver on August 9, 2017. A taxi with an injured cab driver stuffed in the boot was driven around Wellington, Porirua and Lower Hutt, a jury has heard. When the drive finally ended in the northern Wellington suburb of Grenada, taxi driver Odesho Shemon pretended to still be unconscious when the boot was opened and some belongings stolen before the robber fled, having set fire to the driver's seat. A jury in the High Court at Wellington has heard fellow Kiwi cabs drivers were the first on the scene after Shemon got out of the boot and pushed the panic alarm in the cab, sending his position to the company call center and other cabs. Bronson Boudin Samson was later identified as the person who removed the camera from the taxi during the incident. File photo. The jury was told Bronson Boudin Samson, 24, has pleaded guilty to offenses including kidnapping, wounding, robbery, and arson, but Jade Barton, 25, pleaded not guilty and his trial was continuing. Redmore, taxi driver describes beating, boot, and burning ordeal *, Wellington taxi driver kidnapped, put in boot and car satellite, Crown alleges * dodgy taxi drivers can block video * silver medalist Natalie Rooney upset after left stranded by Rio taxi. Evidence collected from the taxi's security camera, global positioning system tracking device and several traffic cameras in Wellington was presented to the jury on the fourth day of Barton's trial on Thursday. The incident began just after 2:40 a.m. on August 9, 2017 when Mr. Shemon was in his taxi in an industrial area at the bottom of the Naranga Gorge. He left the taxi, and about 4 minutes later Samson got in and took down the security camera. The Crown alleges that Barton was in a van that sometimes traveled with the taxi over the next 2 hours as it was driven to Lower Hutt, Porirua East, Elsdon, Newlands, Broadmeadows, Condala, Johnsonville and Churton Park before ending in Grenada. It appeared at one point the taxi went the wrong way on the state highway south of Petwan, but Detective Ben Evans said the trail at that point was confusing. When police spoke to Barton, he said Samson had gone on a tiki tour in the taxi. Barton said he had needed money but had not done anything to the taxi driver himself. Shemon said he heard the voices of at least 2 people in his taxi when he was in the boot, but Evans said police had been unable to establish that anyone else had been in the taxi. However, there was a second vehicle present at the start, sometimes during, and the end of the trip. Shemon had been violently beaten and knocked unconscious. English was not his first language, so his belief about what he heard had to be taken in that context, Evans said. Shemon said he had not returned to work as a taxi driver after the kidnapping. Stuff.